So you guys wanted to hear about this Mark Manson guy, right? The subtle art of not giving a feck.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Kind of flips the usual self-help script on its head.
Yeah, instead of like chasing rainbows and unicorns, he's all about figuring out what really matters.
Right, and then just kind of letting go of the rest, being intentional with where your energy goes.
Exactly. That's what we're going to dig into today, some of the key ideas from the book. And hopefully,
Help everyone listening figure out how to maybe give fewer facts about the wrong stuff.
yeah, absolutely. So, like, one of the first things that kind of jumps out at you in this book
Is
is,
that whole limited number of facts thing,
yeah,
right? Not everything deserves your attention.
right. So how do you figure out, what to focus on?
Well, Manson says you got to figure out like what your top 3 things are, what really matters.
Okay, so like values, basically,
Mhm.
family, career, whatever.
Kinda, but even deeper than that, like what's the core of those values? Why do they matter so much?
Okay, I see. So if family is important, is it because of like a sense of belonging or
Yeah.
support or,
Right. Or is it tradition, responsibility, something else? Knowing the why helps focus that energy.
and it's not just about like ignoring problems, right? Manson actually thinks problems are good.
He does. He says happiness isn't about avoiding problems, but about engaging with the right ones.
So it's like choosing your struggles
Yeah.
instead of just running from everything that feels hard.
Exactly. It's about finding the challenges that help you grow, the ones that actually mean something.
Yeah, it makes you think like, what's that one problem I'm avoiding right now that maybe I should.
Yeah, maybe taking a small step towards it would be more fulfilling than just pushing it away.
It's definitely a different way of looking at things.
It is. And another thing Manson talks about is this whole idea of not being special.
Right, which sounds kind of harsh, but actually, when you think about it, it's kind of freeing.
Especially nowadays with social media, everyone's always showing their perfect life.
And you're like, wait, am I the only one struggling with this? But the truth is, everyone struggles.
Exactly. Everyone's got their own stuff, so stop comparing yourself to some curated highlight reel.
It's like give yourself permission to be human with flaws and all that.
Yeah, and it frees up so much mental energy when you stop trying to be perfect all the time.
So, failure, right. Big topic in the book.
hmm
Manson says it's not something to be scared of.
He actually sees it as a crucial part of learning. Like, you can't grow without messing up sometimes.
But we're so conditioned to fear failure, you know, we don't even try things because we might not succeed.
Right, and that's actually worse because then you're just stuck. Failure is just feedback, it helps you learn.
So I guess the takeaway there is like take that first step even if you're scared.
Yeah, embrace the possibility of messing up because that's how you get better.
Okay, last big idea I want to touch on, and this one's kind of heavy, is death.
Yeah, Manson uses the idea of death to help us figure out what's actually important.
It's like if today was your last day, would you be happy with how you spent it?
It's a powerful question, right?
Yeah.
It makes you really think about what you're doing with your time.
So what would you change if you only had a year left? It's a tough question, but it really gets to the heart of your values.
Absolutely. And it highlights the fact that our time is limited, so we have to make it count.
So I think like the big takeaway from all of this is to be mindful, you know, about where you put your energy, your attention,
Yeah, focus on your values, embrace the struggles, and don't sweat the small stuff.
and maybe, just maybe, learn to give a few less fracks about the things that don't really matter.
Yeah, and what do you think? What could you start giving fewer fracks about today?
Ooh, that's a good question for everyone listening to ponder. And on that note, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
See you next time for another deep dive.
Bye.